Fire 716 and we rocking it.
Fire 716, y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this may find you in the universe. What it is, what's up? In the room, we got one of the Bennetts. It's going down, my homegirl, Deaja, D-Money Mac. Okay, because she's somebody in these streets. If you don't know, now you know. Baby. Good morning. When y'all pull up, y'all say good morning. Say good morning. Please say good morning. Don't pull up here and look at me. They told me that's rude, okay? Don't stare at nobody. It's rude. And I be staring at people, okay? Like, you not gonna speak to me? Okay. No, good morning. How y'all feeling? How was your Thursday? It's Friday. How y'all feeling?
Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Ooh, Friday. I'm happy it's Friday.
I
I'm ready for the weekend. I ain't gonna be doing much, but I'm trying to do something.
There's the things to do. You know, because I never get the rest that I so desire, because it's like when I'm off of one thing, it's just one thing. There's I gotta go hang letters at the church. I gotta go put this desk together with no instructions.
Oh
man.
My wife gotta get her hair slayed and laid.
Hey.
I gotta go DJ. I got documents to fill out. I just like, Lord Jesus, Lord be a friend, but it's okay. Nevertheless,
Right.
it's good. But sir, how you been? You know, we miss you. Well, you don't pull
I
up.
miss being here, man. I just had to get that rest.
No,
man.
for sure.
I was up to like 6 in the morning. That's the time I'm supposed to be leaving.
Valid. No, for sure. I get that. Listen, I have the benefit of living down the street, so I just be like, let me shimmy myself together quickly and get down this road. But I commend you for those that travel from Buffalo. Just real quick, because I put people on blast. That's what I do. Let's cover our guy, Daniel the Dark Knight. He's not sick. He's watching kids. And let's check out our homegirl, Jay Cherie. Make sure she keep her lifted. And Kevin is just not here by default. Just because, but nevertheless, it is good. I'm in good spirits. I'm in a good mood. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a great day. I'll be doing the big girl Chronicles apparently. But listen, it's going down this morning. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. We got a special guest also coming in today. Fatima Matthews. She'll be here to talk about Strong Heart to Soul. She's not here right now, but I just want to give her a shout out because she is doing her thing and her due diligence out here in the community. But we'll be right back right here on Fire 716. Big Frank in the morning. Let's go. Let's go get it.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dante Miles, aka D Belly, aka your city council. I'm here at Fire 716 Radio, and I'm asking you to tune in on Thursdays at 11 on our show, The Vault. We're going to be having some conversations that's super relevant, but very important. And sometimes it may be a little uncomfortable, but we're going to make sure that we get our voices out. Come tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. and make sure you download the Fire 716 app. See you then.
Unfortunately, African Americans are 30% more likely to die from heart disease than non-Hispanic whites, according to the U.S. Department of Health Services. My name is Fatima Matthews, and I am a congestive heart failure patient. I am taking my life-changing experience of having died on the table and being revived to help educate others on the topic of heart health. And I am inviting you to attend my luncheon on February 18th at 11 a.m. at the Underground Railroad Heritage Center right here in Niagara Falls, New York. I will be speaking, and I will be joined by Dr. Ephraim Chaudhry of Trinity Health Group, Dr. Jeffrey Alexis from the University of Rochester Strawn Memorial Hospital, and Dr. Mike, a diversity, equity, and inclusion specialist at Independent Health. I am looking forward to seeing you at the luncheon on February 18th at 11 a.m. at the Underground Railroad Museum located at 825 Depot Avenue in Niagara Falls, New York. Tickets can be purchased at Eventbrite. Search Annual Strong Heart to Soul Luncheon. I can't wait to see you there.
Fire 716, your boy Big Frank. You're locked in the Big Frank in the morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope that today you are all in good spirits. Locked in with me is my homegirl D Money Mac and the Bennett. The
Buffalo
Bennett.
Ben.
Buffalo Ben. If just because in the mood of my dear friend Jay Cherie,
Hey.
Yeah.
because
Shout out
she's
Jay
not
Cherie.
feeling well. She was sick, thought she was getting better, and she's not here. My BGC is to take care of yourself.
Yes.
Don't neglect yourself for others always. You can't, I get it. You want to be available, you want to be around, you want to be there,
Right.
but you got to tend to yourself. And I'm going to say this for part two. And you have to know the value that you offer. Part two, because my wife is amazing and she can sing. And so now, because you're singing now, you have to protect your voice. So you have to protect the value of who you are. So you can't talk to everybody. You can't be out with no scarf. And even myself, as I do not have a scarf, as I am checking myself as I speak, is making sure you're just taking care of your body mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Don't be out here trying to do for everybody else and not do for yourself. Okay.
Right.
So I encourage everybody to please do your due diligence, man. Take care of your body, take care of yourself, love yourself, and tell them no. It's okay.
With
no explanation. Like, I cannot. Period. Like,
I think that's so hard to do. Like,
valid.
genuinely, because sometimes you just, I mean, especially if you've been a people pleaser, and I ain't gonna hold you. I've been a people pleaser for a very long time, so it's hard sometimes just being no or like stern and
for sure.
focusing only on yourself. And they always try to make you a little bit of the villain too.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
they said no, that's crazy.
Yeah. So and I'm guilty. I am guilty for being a yes man. Yeah, sure I can. Yes, I can. Oh, absolutely. Why not? I'm coming. Why not? Now I find myself exhausted because now I got all these projects I got pending.
Right.
Yep.
And now they're like, where my stuff? In the pile. It's in the pile. It's out there somewhere, and I'm trying to figure it out. Okay. I done told everybody yes. Like, I say yes to stuff that I told myself I'll say no to next time. Like next time I'm gonna say no. But here I am again.
Say yes.
Now I'm not gonna knock it, and I have my reasons. I'm gonna snitch on myself. So I got a DJ today, the Boys and Girls Club.
Right.
No problem, DJ.
Yeah.
But I know where I fit best. At your grandmama's DJ, anything. Okay. I fit best at the retirement party. I fit better at the I graduated, but it's for everybody backyard barbecue.
Gotcha.
The kids, and I'm even good for the young kids. The little Caillou remixes and Kanto, I'm good for them.
Yeah.
But these teenagers and this new music,
Right.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble. I'm dependent on YouTube, TikTok, and requests, okay, to get me through today. And I'm like, Frank, why do you continue to take on knowing that this group of people ain't? But hey, God can do a thing. He can do a thing. Anything is possible.
It'll work out. But I definitely understand what you mean. Like, I know them kids, they go want to hear no, get down on it.
No,
They're gonna hear it today.
They want to hear. You thought I was feeling you?
Much.
That's exactly what that's.
That's what I hear. Oh,
you.
not because you said that. Now, my wife informed me this because I've heard the song. So munching, and munching is for those oral compensation. Okay,
That sounds so proper.
but
Oral
so,
compensation.
right? So the men are out here claiming that they offer this oral compensation, and I get it, like proudly. This is what I do. Whatever, life is real. I get it. If you compensate early, go do you. Preferably in marriage in the proper context with God. But who got time for that conversation? Give me a minute. But no, the song is saying that. You thought I was feeling you. You get nothing to benefit off of this. It's about me. No, you are oral only.
Yeah.
I didn't comprehend that concept. And the men out here are just proudly yelling,
listen.
I'm munch the muncher. What?
This was
Captain
literally
Munch.
my whole gripe with that is because people would be like, Like I would even have random people comment or message
Crazy.
and be like, "I'm a munch," and I'm just like,
Whoa.
you don't feel embarrassed when
Right.
you say that?
Right, because
Yeah.
for us uneducated men, we think
Yeah.
it's just the fact that that's an added addition to the pleasurable presentation that's presented. But no, she's saying you thought I was feeling you. I'm not. I just want you to eat the box.
Exactly.
Like, no, I don't like you. I can't stand you. I'm just here for my own benefit and my own game, and you are simply simping
Yes.
and serving services.
That is like
Oh,
that is
man.
like
Oh,
that
wow.
song is literally the
Good
simp
morning.
Good morning.
song
Yes.
okay in the Hall of Fame of
And I
simping.
did not realize that
Yeah.
until a day and a half ago.
Wow. At least they're
Yeah.
keeping it real, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you
But
know
I-
what you
but I
there
don't-
for, brother.
Yeah,
Get
but I
to it
don't
like it's nothing to
no,
it.
valid. But I don't think that the men know what they're talking like. You know, but you don't know. You think that this is no. I just feel like you're not aware of the
Implications.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The implications of these vocabulary words that are geared towards your dismantlement and manhood. Like
Yep.
that you are worth nothing more than yeah, so
That's it.
Don't do that.
so no valid. So you brought up the song, so because you brought the song up.
That's all it
Yeah.
is.
Good morning, y'all. Good morning. So it's going down. We get back, y'all. We're getting ready to get into the question of the day. And the question is, who comes first in the relationship? Is it your partner or your spouse? Is it the parent? Is it your long-term friend or the children? Who's priority? Who comes first? Who are you dropping things for? Like, I'm leaving. I got stuff to do. Boom. Like, whose opinion, whose conversation come first? We'll get back into it
This is
in
good
just a few
question.
moments. Call a neighbor, tag a friend, and if you want to call in 716-299-0013. It's going down 5716 Big Frank in the morning. Ow.
Hey, everybody.
Conversations that's super relevant but very important, and sometimes it may be a little uncomfortable, but we're going to make sure that we get our voices out. Come tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. and make sure you download the Fire 716 app. See you then.
Unfortunately, African Americans are 30% more likely to die from heart disease than non-Hispanic whites, according to the U.S. Department of Health Services. My name is Fatima Matthews, and I am a congestive heart failure patient. I am taking my life-changing experience of having died on the table and being revived to help educate others on the topic of heart health. And I am inviting you to attend my luncheon on February 18th at 11 a.m. at the Underground Railroad Heritage Center right here in Niagara Falls, New York. I will be speaking, and I will be joined by Dr. Ephraim Chaudhry of Trinity Health Group, Dr. Jeffrey Alexis from the University of Rochester Strawn Memorial Hospital, and Dr. Mike, a diversity, equity, and inclusion specialist at Independent Health. I am looking forward to seeing you at the luncheon on February 18th at 11 a.m. at the Underground Railroad Museum located at 825 Depot Avenue in Niagara Falls, New York. Tickets can be purchased at Eventbrite. Search Annual Strong Heart to Soul Luncheon. I can't wait to see you there.
Fire 716 Radio. From old school to new school. From live to the church. From praise and worship to a twerk session. It's Fire 716 Radio. Playing the best in urban and inspirational music.
Fire 716, your boy Big Frank. You're locked into Big Frank in the morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this may find you in the universe. It is currently 25 minutes past the top of the hour. It is going down this morning in the room with me, my homegirl, D Money
Hey.
Mac, and Ben from Buffalo. Buffalo Ben. That sound low key like Buffalo Ben came through and murdered 16,000 people. Like, it just sound Buffalo Ben just sound like that. It's going down. So we are in the question of the day today, and we're talking about in a relationship who comes first, who's the priority, whose opinion, whose thoughts, whose ideas reign top tier? Who's important? Who do you feed first? There's all these questions feed off of this because we're going to talk. The idea was that we're going to talk about being a mama's boy, but I felt like that might have been just too direct. So I want to open it up because I want to know, because somebody posted on Facebook yesterday, I am feeding my kids first before I feed my man, and that dialogue was intense. I just want to know what's people's opinions and their thoughts. And feel free to give us a call, 716-299-0013. When it comes down to your relationship, who holds priority?
I am a diehard person that says I think the kids should be fed first. I'm sorry. No, I ain't sorry.
Don't be-
I'm not sorry. I think the kids need to be fed first. Why is the children not being fed first? Because like they're kids. First of all, they're probably not going to eat a lot. That's number one. Number two, your big grown self can wait. You know what I'm saying? Like you got more going on. The kids need to eat first. That's just me. I think the kids, and then if you're married, the husband, then the wife, then whoever else is in the house.
So I go back to the time of, and I get it. I think as wisdom in a relationship, go ahead for the kids. This is assuming that there's enough.
Right.
There's enough for the kids first, no problem. Take care of them, then come holler at me.
Yes.
That makes sense to me. I get it. But then I go back to the times of who's the hunter and the gatherer. And my thing, and this is my concept, is that if I am the one who has to go out and put out as much energy to bring home a thing, you might want to feed me first so that we can survive.
Right.
Because my kids aren't old enough to hunt yet. Not just assuming they're not. So make sure that I have enough fuel. Now I ain't gonna say I'd be OD crazy. Right. I got enough fuel to go back there to get us some more. Versus, so make my play. There's a person walking in. It's a friend.
I'll read my friend's
comment. Yeah. Please do. D said.
So, my bestie D said that's a hard question when your children are younger, the parents are split up, and you bring a new partner. And I feel your children should be a priority.
See, scenario wise,
yes, yeah. I don't have the kids, so
got you. So it's like, because then at the same time, the new person coming in, who my kids are valid. That makes sense to me,
right?
Because who's to say that you are going to make it long term? Who are you?
That's true. That's true.
So I don't know.
I feel like, to me, it's like I've been in the situation.
You're smart. Thank you.
Where the man was fed over the children, and I just don't think I can't agree with it. Like, but again, it was just like my mom's boyfriend.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I just don't agree with that, because you got us looking crazy looking at this man while he chomping down on some food. We hungry, our bellies rolling. We've been here.
Yeah.
Where is our dinner?
And I think, and I do believe, like, it's going to be how you handle that, because I got mixed opinions, and I'm just be honest and conflicted, because because, for example, this is just for me, for my family. My wife said to me, she says that don't judge her. But this is what she said. She said, if I'm on the operating table and giving birth to children, and they say, decide between the baby or me, choose me. Because we can create another, not to say like it's just like, you just create another baby, but it's like, no, choose. I want to survive. I want to live. So in that joint, your priority. Right. Do I save the baby or do I save my wife? I ain't mean to take it there this morning. But go ahead.
I would say, as far as that goes, though, like in childbirth, because I used to have the belief like save the child.
Yeah.
But I thought about it like, well, that's kind of effed up, especially if somebody already has kids.
Yeah.
And then that kid's gonna grow up like, I killed my mom.
Right.
Basically, they're gonna have that guilt. Then the siblings gonna be like, it's your fault, mom's not around or something like that.
Yeah.
I totally say save the wife, save the woman, save the
right.
spouse.
I agree, definitely. I mean, I don't try to be like that with the kids going to heaven.
That's not funny. That's funny.
I'm just saying.
But I
like,
get
kids
it.
going to heaven.
I comprehend. I comprehend.
You know, he may not make it if he live. I mean,
Oh my
These said there's so
It's not
many
real.
different scenarios for this one question, so I truly don't believe there's one straight and narrow.
Oh,
answer.
valid.
And then she said, "Save me, I have other children that need me."
Yeah. No, and
Right.
I say this all the time because every question is, I think the word is subjective, I guess,
Absolutely.
because there is no set answer always. There's too many variables.
Yeah,
Because
it's hard.
I'm going to be a little messy here now. So
Yeah.
different scenario. Cause this is what I do. Okay.
What a surprise!
I got a best friend. Been a best friend for 15 years. Through the 15 years, she's seen these women come and go through the journey.
Right.
So now I'm talking to somebody, and my best friend has a different kind of opinion about her. Do I take her opinion or her thought or her need over my current girlfriend?
No.
Because she said no. No.
You you can listen to her and you can draw your opinion
Uh-huh.
off of that, but you're not gonna take your best friend's word for this current girlfriend.
Friend, right?
Like, well, I personally would, and I would look at both sides of the situation. Do I love this person, or are we just beginning?
Yeah,
Because
right,
at the
right.
beginning, yes, I'm going to listen to my best friend as far as, but as time goes on, if she shows me differently,
Yeah,
I'm going to give her that space and opportunity,
got you. No, valid.
or him that space. and
Because I think
opportunity.
I always said I believe that it's always a where we at moment,
Mhm,
like as far as the timeline, and because if you just starting out and my friend got the scoop on you, hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
go ahead. Good morning.
So, okay, is the friend the same sex as the partner?
I'm they can be opposite.
Because here's the thing.
Let's go opposite sex.
If I'm dating a guy and I'm friends with a guy, okay, and I've been friends with the guy for a very long time, and now like he has an opinion about the person I'm dating, I'm gonna listen to what my friend has to say for
Mhm.
sure. Because there might be something that they see that I don't see,
Mhm.
and not only that, but they know me.
Yeah,
So
Right.
I would hope that the person I'm friends with has my best interests at heart. I just can't see just totally dissing my friend's opinion just because I'm in a relationship with this person.
right.
But then at the same time,
Your friends ain't always your friends.
exactly.
And your
Right.
friends don't always have your best interest at
Right.
heart.
And that's definitely what I was just thinking.
Sometimes it depends on where your friends are at in their
Good morning.
relationship.
That's
Yes.
Valid.
Because
Yes.
if they're not happy in the relationship they're in, they don't want you to leave them as a best friend and get in your
Right.
own relationship.
No, for sure.
And that's the other thing I was thinking. I'm like, I don't know.
So you have to be smart about it. I mean, you have
Yeah.
to listen to what your friend says, but you also have to give that person grace.
right.
Yeah.
Like you have to, find that if that person is showing what your friend is true, then those are red flags.
yeah,
And you got to get out the situation.
got to get.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's like, all right, so if it's my man, dude, you just gonna support me, dog. You know what I mean? Like, like you just gonna support
me,
Right.
dog.
Don't say nothing. Like, don't say I could do better. Don't hate. Just be like, if that's what I like, then just support that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do the vice versa. Now, if you a
Absolutely.
female friend that does that, I mean, I've had experiences where I've had a female friend and then I get into a relationship with someone else, and then all of a sudden she like, I had this happen a number of times. I say it like that, but she's like, I thought we were gonna be together. I'm like, dude, I thought we was friends. Like, what's going on?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, you been hating from the side this whole time? Thank God I wasn't listening to you.
No, valid.
You know, so
Valid,
like
yeah.
you never know what their intentions are
Right.
either.
exactly.
You know what I mean? They could be hating
Like,
from the side.
For I got friends I call brothers and sisters almost, and they've been present for a lot of the tomfoolery that I've done in my life, and they've been present around for that whatever, and they've been seeing, but like it didn't. So the relationship didn't really change. Until we're like, I got my wife, and like we're going long term. So now our relationships are. They say my brothers and sisters or whatever, but it's way different
Oh yeah.
than it was when I started. It's like, because now this is a different kind of vibe now. This ain't just another little fling, another little situationship.
Right.
Yeah, here we are now investing time. We have children. I got my own family now. This is a whole different paradigm. Therefore, I'm not available as I used to be. I can't do what I used to do. They just call me community dad. I'm a deadbeat. Community dad. To the community now, I'm a deadbeat because clearly I haven't been present. I got my own. And so I think that those dynamics changed, but before their opinions did matter because they, not saying that they were out there, but they was current to the streets and the information that was present and available. So they would sometimes be like, they're doing this, but this going on, this going on, this going on. So so I get that, and I get your statement. Okay,
Yeah.
Don't get me started because
You just better ride.
yeah, I'm just go ahead and leave that alone.
He's
That
gonna
statement
stir
sounds
up
like a
some
communication
yeah.
misunderstanding to me.
Oh yeah. I mean,
mm,
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean,
Were you giving those vibes?
no,
Like
I was
maybe,
just chilling.
possibly?
You know,
Nah. That's the fuck.
because I feel some type of way about these vibes.
Yeah, right. Nah, I mean, I was just, I don't know. I wasn't.
I
I
was
mean,
just
this is
thinking-
years ago now. This is almost over
I
a
was-
decade ago now. But
I'm
I wasn't
confessed.
giving those vibes out. I guess she just assumed. Now, I will say, like, the one friend we did used to date in high school, but whatever. We established that we was friends after that. So,
Mhm.
It's a dub.
right, dude, you cheated
But
on
there
me.
were
That's
no-
my decision. I want to be friends with
Okay,
you.
let's define this friend. then.
No, it wasn't like that.
It
I
wasn't no
thought
friends with
benefits.
benefits?
No,
It was
no, it
just
wasn't none of
strictly
that.
friends.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well.
strictly friends. You date my man, actually.
She's dating my man.
Yeah,
I
Because a
understand.
lot of guys say, "Oh, that's just my
Yeah,
friend."
friend,
Nah,
but still
nah.
be-
Once
But
you,
at 3 a.m.,
Right.
that friend
You
nah,
know,
it's not-
becomes
nah.
you know, that's
a
valid.
type of
Right.
friend.
That's
No, you take
yeah.
responsibility if you're doing something physical, then that's a different type of friendship. No matter what the girl say.
Right.
I've been around long enough to know, like, we ain't friends. Yeah, all right.
I've given off.
Yeah,
I've
all right.
given
You doing
off.
that, we more than friends. Huh?
About I've given off the wrong signals. I'm guilty for, and not intentionally like, oh, let me play to her emotions. No, I'm just trying to. I have people who are just like, I having a good time, so I invite you out to have a good time. But this interaction has given you the perception that I desire or wanted more, and that's not the case. And then they be like, "Oh, I thought y'all was feeling you." I got accused of. I'm just telling my story. If you're, what you say?
that nigga a munch.
No, and then I've gotten accused of my eyes giving off a different kind of.
Oh, you giving bedroom vibes?
No, that's
Wow.
Right here with bedroom
Wow.
vibes.
not intentionally.
Smizing at everybody.
I'm just looking. I'm just out here. I'm just living, and I've been accused on several occasions. Oh, you look at me like you just want to eat me up, girl. And if you're on here and you know who you are and you are watching, shh. I'm not saying names, but I got accused of this. I'm like, oh my god, repeatedly, like the way you look at me, like no, I'm not even trying to. I feel like he's looking me up and down. Number one, you're short. Number two, when I see you, I just see all body. It's not like I'm just like, come here, Sapphire. I don't know.
Sapphire.
But yeah, I've been.
But
in
I
trouble.
think a lot of girls feel like because men aren't nice all the time, so when they find a guy that's nice and interested in what they're interested in,
Yeah,
they kind of make up something in their head sometimes
yeah.
that is
Yeah.
more than what necessarily is.
No, it makes sense.
So-
I'm guilty of that.
Yes, for sure. But I think it works both ways.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, for sure.
And I ain't coming at anybody that's on here because I had a situation yesterday.
Not just yesterday.
yesterday.
So because here's the thing, I try to be very nice all the time. Like this
Yeah.
is just my personality.
Mhm.
Even online, I try to reflect that also, like, through my comments. I'm always doing hearts and emojis and stuff like that. I tone it down depending on if the person's married, I just try not to send no emojis. I don't even want to go there. Yeah, no emotes, right? But definitely, just being nice to people and reacting to what they're saying in a kind way. I try to let people down in a kind way.
Yeah.
And it just seems to me that men lose their minds over like when women are like nice like that. They be going in like, well, I thought because you said this that we had, something going on. And it's like, I just said thank you.
Yeah.
With a heart, like
Right,
you know?
with a
Yeah.
heart, right?
I
right.
get-
It depends on what season the man is in.
I talk season.
absolutely,
Talk.
If he in
Talk.
that season where he like, if he in a season where he in the drought, man, everybody.
Every
Oh.
Listen, the mail lady couldn't be nice to me. I was like, "What's
Oh.
up, baby?" You know what I'm saying? She's like,
Not the
"Excuse
mail
me, sir,
Mail lady?
Mr. Bennett." Calm down. I was like, "Oh, okay. It's been a long time. It's been a long time."
Not when
Wow.
you're in
Wait,
the-
what?
Not the
subject?
mail lady.
Wait, on this subject, real quick. I just gotta say something. Okay, real quick.
not on the drought.
Because I feel like not so much like a drought. I'm what's the proper word? Celibate or absent? Celibate or absent? Which one is it? I don't know which one is
So celibate is when you're not practicing at all, right?
it.
You're not doing it at all,
At
and
all,
it's
right?
a period.
And
Yeah, if
the
you're just
abstinence-
abstinence, it's just
I'm absent from it.
right.
I don't.
Right.
This sounds
Okay.
I'm
Actually,
not-
you actively
like-
trying and it ain't working.
right. Like
Right.
I don't have anyone to do it with.
I am celibate. Okay, right now, and I've been celibate for feels like a very long time.
Mhm.
And so I just feel like I tell my friends all the time, I feel like I'm turning into like how guys are, where it seems like they just interested in any woman that comes around that shows them attention. Every single time I see not people in relationships or nothing like that, but it's just like my hormones are pumping because I'm celibate. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it just, oh man, like don't look at me like that, sir. You know what I'm saying?
There's a
Please.
heartbeat.
Please
You have
don't
to use
do
that
that.
energy for something else.
Yes,
Maybe
yes.
work out or something.
something,
Yeah, you
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
yeah.
That's probably being celibate, though. God, that's what the mail lady was looking good.
Does-
No,
yeah. So
I was
I,
like,
I understand. that.
Yeah, no, just hard. Just hold on to investments and just hey you. Oh, you said hello. Don't touch me. Get,
Yes.
get your hands off me.
Right,
Hey.
right. That's
No.
it.
So
I feel like everybody should be celibate for a little bit. if
No, for
you're
sure.
not
Absolutely.
In a
For sure.
relationship, but be prepared.
Absolutely. So, in part two to this question, this is how I worded it like this because we want to talk about mama's boys and how that can be toxic, beneficial, and your opinions on a mama's boy. Is it good for you? Is it bad for you?
I think a mother-son relationship is very important. It will tell you how they value women.
Yes.
If the son really values their mother, and I mean value them, not in their face value them, but all the time value them when
Yeah.
they're not around, no matter what, they are usually a good mate because they value women. And if they value their grandmother and their aunts, their aunts, then they're usually a good mate. But if they only have good things to say about their mom, around their mom, that's kind of shaky to me.
She said a little shady.
A little
Yeah.
shady.
I think they hold a lot of baggage because if they don't have a good relationship with their mom, and it's like a toxic situation,
Mhm.
and I think it's the same for women and dads though, because if it's a toxic situation with their mother, then they not that they don't value women, but they bring that into the relationship that you're in. And we all hear the situation about, women looking for their daddies and daddy figures and all of that. So I
Right.
think that's the same exact situation. If a woman has a toxic relationship with their dad,
Yeah.
they usually have some kind of toxicity, however you say it,
Mhm.
with their spouse.
Right.
No, for sure.
Toxic somewhere. in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
bone.
Yeah.
I've been. I got a lot of accusations over here. It's been for all the times for the young woman who has not had the best relationship with their father. I've been accused of trying to be their dad, and I'm like, "What you talking, child? Not me, child. I'm only 17, 18, 20, 21, 20. I'm not gonna be your dad. I just talk life to you. I just speak positive to you, and then I give you some suggestions in this relationship that you might not want to look like that because you're not my. Whoa, somebody trying to be your dad, which is it's about building and growing. But and I used to hate that.
It depends on where the people are.
It's valid for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. So
talk
talk about it
boys. Listen,
because like
It's not for you.
it can be
No.
I don't consider myself to be a mama's boy because I just got bad habits. I cannot talk to my mom for 6 months and be like, okay, hey mom. But I don't really run to my mom with my issues or my challenges or my difficulties. But I love my mother. You know, I respect her. Yeah, I love her. I cherish her. Go ahead, Chantel. Shout out to you. Hey, queen. And those things. But I don't consider myself to be a mother's boy. But I do value my mom, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't talk to nobody but Jesus for the most part about my issues and my challenges, which may not be the best thing. But and my mama don't get into my relationships for the most part. She don't be like, oh, who that girl? Another one. Another one. Okay. Dang.
The reason that I have a hard time with mama's boys is because I had a situation. Don't judge me, y'all. I had a situation. I swear to goodness, he wasn't slow like Adam Sandler in The Water Boy, but you know how he was a mama's boy in that movie, where the mom literally was like everything, like she told him to do everything, and you know all that stuff. And
yeah,
I was the white girl. What was that? What's the girl name? That was interested.
I don't even know that.
Okay,
I just want to call it
if
Becky
y'all ever
based
seen,
off of that's not her name. Yeah, Becky's not her name. But
if you ever seen The Water Boy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I feel like I was the girl constantly telling him to do these things because the mom was just so overbearing and some like a lot of times she was wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Not she was wrong.
Yeah, so it felt like a competition. Like, okay, like who can influence this man more? His mama or his girlfriend, you know, so it caused a really difficult dynamic between the two of us.
Yeah, I think that when parents get too involved in the relationship, we start having some problems here.
Right.
Like granted that's your son, and then
I agree with that.
Even if your son is a whoremonger, and you decide to get involved in his whorish ways and always, and you know he's toxic, you know he foul, and you just defending him. Just one of the mothers in my church said, one thing I learned just as she said this to me, she says, I stay out of my kids' relationships.
Right.
And no, you figure that out because it gets messy then. You know, when the mom get into it, because if you ever decide to come for my mother,
now it's a wrap.
We got a problem because if you. Flashbacks. But like if you
out of it,
like if you come for my mom, I'm gonna feel some type of way.
Right.
And so no matter like who you are, like whether you knew or old, like not my mother. Yeah. I mean, for the most part, because that's the pillar, that's the solid. What you mean? She raised me. She been there for me.
Right.
If nobody else. Blood, like I would knock you. I come from my mother.
Right.
So is that? But when the moms get into a relationship, like I've seen it become very toxic and very like, girl.
My mom always kind of like me. And my mom was cool like that. She always wanted to get involved, but my mom was a retired school teacher. But my mom's a mom, you know what I mean? She'll be like, my son's so lonely right now. If you just go over and give him a call. I'm like, Jesus, mom, chill. I'm playing Madden. Come on. Not lonely.
Not lonely.
Got me looking sick out here. Nah, but my dad would always be like, yo, don't be trying to play matchmaker. You gotta pick his own girl. You know what I mean? So it was kind of that balance. But she still would be like, well, I'm a little worried. And I'd be like, Mom, chill. Like, you know
as
what
a
I mean?
mother of a 22-year-old son.
My God.
Ooh, Lord. It's hard because you want a good person for your child. You want a good mate. But when you get, and this is what I find, I kind of get myself in the middle of it sometimes. But not like she probably doesn't know. But I say to him, "Oh, she's a great one."
Oh yeah,
or,
yeah.
You know, you should call her again. You know,
right.
You put your
know,
little.
I let him know who I like.
Got you, no valid,
and who I don't like. Very, very.
Yeah, my mom used to do that too, but she'd be so wrong.
That should be wrong.
I'm like, Mom, that girl crazy. She know how to talk to you.
Yeah,
Sure, not talk
yeah.
nobody else
No,
but
no.
you. That's it.
My mom don't find out the toxicity until after. Like, nah, man.
Yeah.
I know what she said to you. I know who she presented herself. This is the
But
real.
what happens when your mother warns you about someone, and then you say, you know what, I hear you, but I'm gonna do me.
I'm gonna do me
anyway."
because you just take that as a loss and
Yeah.
you don't talk about it no more. Just,
You take that L.
you got that one. All right, all
That's
right,
part
all
of
right.
learning as a man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Cause I brought this one girl, wife. I'm married now. I love you so much. Just got to verify these things. To my mom, mom was like, I said, Mom, I already know, but I'm still about to play in this playground. I'm still about to go slide on these slides. I'm still about to go over here and swing on these monkey bars. I know this is gonna end at some point, but until it does,
Fun.
it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun right now.
But those fun situations
Since it can turn
Ooh-wee.
into a
Stalker.
stalk. It can turn into stalkers. It can turn into she got kids now she here for a long time.
Oh, yeah,
It can turn into
Oh,
messiness.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yeah, because that.
But see, on the other side, as
Uh-huh.
far as like, when I'm dating someone, my mom is always team guy.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't
Really?
matter who the guy is. Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Always.
That's
He can do
crazy.
no wrong because he's putting up with my attitude. In her mind, she's like,
If he can
especially-
handle-
don't let them do something nice for me. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's
She'll
funny.
never let it go. But yeah, she's always team guy. And then
Yeah.
after, I'll be like, girl, he was not everything you thought.
Not
he
my
was.
mama.
My mom is always team guy. My grandma don't like nobody.
Nobody.
My grandma's on the harsher
Yeah, so is my mom.
end.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
will
But
definitely.
she's older, so that's how maybe we can see.
Yes.
You get what-
My
Yes.
mom is older. Your grandmother is around the same age, and
Yes.
she like, so I ain't ever.
Every
Exactly.
you know valid.
Yep.
You
And then
know.
she'll be straight up like, she ain't mean. My grandma's very sweet, but she'll be like, you can do better than that.
Oh
You can do
yeah.
better than that.
What
No
kind of
valid.
job he got?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And do he want to do anything with his life? Is he doing anything with his life? And then if he has a thing
So
that
much
he's working
work for the
on,
man.
if he
Yeah,
has something
yeah.
he's working on, and I tell her, she's going to follow up.
Mhm.
What has been done?
Not
with the
follow
things-
up.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
My grandma don't play. But my mom, he took you out to dinner. That's the one. I don't, shout out to my mom. I love you. I always
No
have so
problem.
much respect for her, but-
There's so much as a man pursuing. Let's just say a scenario that she got a good home, she got a mom, she got a dad, all is well. Life is what it is. We meet, we talk. Having to come correct as a man is sometimes exhausting. Like,
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get it together, but I like her. Okay?
Right.
But then the father wants to check you. Yes, sir. Yes, I am. I've been lied so many times.
So
So many occasions just to persuade the father so I can have the girl.
Father always checking.
Yeah, valid. What kind of this quick story. So, wife, I love you. You are my priority. You are my main thing. Everything about you is amazing.
My
So,
squeeze.
with that being said, I was in a relationship with this one young lady, and I went through all these hoops to readjust my life to try to please her father and make the scene proper. Come to find out, the mama hated me. Now she smiled in my face all day. She was just, hey, friend, we talking, giggling, laughing. After the, I ain't like him. No way, I hate him. No. So her husband, may he rest in peace. But he told me, I'm not like you. I said, dang. I said, all this work I put in, I should just stay where I was at. Trusting the Lord. He's just living with God and doing well. But no, I think relationships are just intense. And I think that going just back to the original question, that the priority changes. Like I said last week, or not last week, Wednesday, is that for a long time, if your name ain't changed as my emergency contact, you ain't got that much weight yet. like we not there yet, okay?
Right.
Yeah.
If my mama's still the emergency contact, we got to talk. But then at the same time, it's like, what if we in the same situation? Like, what if we both in the car accident? Who they call?
Right.
Yeah, so I get it. Listen, it's going down, y'all. 5716 Big Frank in the morning. We'll be right back with some more content and conversation. We'll talk to my home girl, Fatima. She got a story to tell, and she got some things happening that just might change your life. And an event taking place as well. It's going down, Fire 716. Your boy, Big Frank, right here with Big Frank in the
morning.
morning. Howdy.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dante Miles, aka D Belly, aka your city council. I'm here at Fire 716 Radio, and I'm asking you to tune in on Thursdays at 11 on our show, The Vault. We're going to be having some conversations that's super relevant, but very important. And sometimes it may be a little uncomfortable, but we're going to make sure that we get our voices out. Come tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. and make sure you download the Fire 716 app. See you then.
Menthol is not just a flavor. It's a manipulative way for big tobacco to target, attract, and addict Black Americans. Tobacco companies aggressively market menthol products using elements of Black culture, putting more products on shelves in Black communities and making them cheaper. And it's not just an injustice, it's killing us. Smoking-related illnesses are the #1 cause of death in the African American community. Help us fight this injustice at notjustmenthol.org.
What's good, y'all? It's your girl Jay Cherie from Big Frank in the Morning on Fire 716. Listen, we calling our artists. If you a singer, if you a rapper, if you got a group, we want you to email your music to the radio station at fire716radio@gmail.com. Not only will we play on the radio, but we'll do an exclusive interview with you. So once again, email your music to fire716radio@gmail.com. What's good, y'all? It's your girl Jay Cherie from Big Frank in the Morning. Listen, make sure you lock in the Big Girl Chronicles from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. You don't want to miss this. I'm helping you with your life, your fashion, and your goals. This joint is off the chain, y'all. Make sure you also follow me at Jay Cherie BGC on Facebook. Let's get it.
Fire 716, your boy Big Frank. You locked into Big Frank in the Morning. It is 2 minutes to the top of the hour. By this time, you should have been to work at 9 o'clock. You late. But that's your world, okay? You know, side note, while I talk about job, because this is a job that I work at currently. If you know, you know. If you don't, you know. They're always late. Like, everybody's late. Like, and I'll be getting frustrated because they're late. But hey, nevertheless, let's go down this morning. Be on time the best way you can. In the room, to God be the glory. It sounds so churchy. Is my cousin. Like, valid. And side note, because it's already a story behind the story. I didn't know. I knew I related to the Matthews, but I didn't know because my grandmother is a Matthews. I didn't know, but she was married like twice. So I thought her main name was the previous name, but that's not her name. And her name, I said, Lord, I'll be so late to the game. Side note, right. Last story, and I'm done. Because the Black family, family in general is just different.
Yeah, right.
Because I have an aunt who's my aunt on like both sides, but my aunt has slept with my uncle. No.
I see you on here like,
So listen. So as a kid, I played with my cousins. I knew they was my cousins, and I knew that my aunt had these kids, and then my uncle had this kid, but I never knew until I got adult that they were sisters.
Oh, wow.
I was like, yeah, what? Since when? Okay, just never knew. Don't judge my family. Just wipe it real.
Hold on. I got one for you. I got one for you on the same, similar level, kind of, sort of. So my life story is super duper complicated. Okay, and when I was 17, real quick, I found out that I had a different father than the one that I grew up knowing, who passed away. Okay,
people ask me in my life.
So that's the basis. Well, I have cousins who were my cousins when I thought my dad was Jason, and then when I found out my dad was Dwayne, they're still my cousins.
Right.
So yeah, so
we still
that's that's crazy, but
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. And then I
That's
found
wild.
out they were neutral territory, so both my dads used to go there and talk and hang out with them, and all that. So it was very, very complicated,
Wow.
messy situation.
Yeah.
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 I just have so
Families.
many cousins. I'm a Matthews. My father's last name was Booz. He was related to the Roundtrees. And Kings, Harris.
You
we-
relate
Oh,
to
yeah.
the whole
like,
Niagara
a
Falls.
whole
Oh,
bunch
yeah.
of people, like
Yeah.
a lot of them. So after like the third cousin, I'm like, if you wasn't at my grandma's house,
If you wasn't at my
Oh,
grandma's
yeah.
house,
Yeah.
I ain't see you at no family reunion.
No, valid.
You know, I can't recall.
No, valid, for sure, for
Right,
sure.
right.
So it's going down this morning, and I told you my friend Fatima is my friend and cousin. That's how we
Hey,
got to this
Keisha.
conversation. Our conversation is she has an organization called Strong Heart to Soul that she has been a spokesperson for, and I met her officially, like real conversation in real life during our. No, because it's different being like,
He
hey,
wasn't at my grandma's house.
because I wasn't at the grandma, right? Valid.
Got
Wasn't
it,
at grandma's
got
house, and then my dad was like, oh, this your cousin, oh, hey cousin, and then
Right.
that was it. But like,
Yeah.
so like having a real conversation, and just off grip, I said this earlier. I want to say this: that meeting you in the class at a set location that not advertising, but can and call me. That meeting in the class and you having the questions of how is this going to work out, and then watching it come together and things happen. I'm just in awe off
Right?
grip
Yeah.
because it's like you was just talking about being this person, but you're literally this person now. You're literally it now. So just give us a little bit of your story, your experiences, and how did we come up with the name Strong Heart to Soul, and give us some information about that.
Okay, so about 14 years ago, it all started. I had a daughter. 6 months later, 6 weeks after giving birth, I was diagnosed with PPCM, which is postpartum cardiomyopathy. Very rare disease. It widens, makes your heart bigger, harder, so it can't. Your blood can't pump through your organs. Pretty much, it is a part of congestive heart failure. It's the part that no one knows about,
Yeah.
honestly. The doctors barely know. Nurses definitely don't know. So I was tasked with this disease, unfortunately. And it's been a struggle. It's been a journey. I went from 20 medicines a day to now maybe 12 to 14 medicines a day. It's been a long time. My daughter is now 14 years old. But at the 10-year mark, in the meantime, I got a defibrillator right after giving birth and things. 10-year mark, time for a new battery, go in to get the new battery. And they give me fentanyl. And which is, we now know fentanyl as a bad thing.
Yeah.
But I remember when they gave it to me, I asked the doctor before they gave it to me, is this the drug that Michael Jackson died from? I remember asking that. And they said, yes, it is.
Wow.
But we're here, that's not going to happen to you, whatever. So I was like, okay. They gave me fentanyl, which is what they give in the hospital because it's controlled. And I died like instantly.
Wow.
I was dead for 8 minutes, and God be the glory, I was brought back to life with God and science together. They brought me back to life.
Wow.
And it was a big, it was huge. It was a big to do. I was out in a medically induced coma for about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. And then I got this machine called an LVAD. So it all because of congestive heart failure to PPCM. Now the defibrillator, now I have an LVAD. LVAD is left ventricle assistant device, LVAD. And I plug up, it's on my heart, it comes through my stomach. And I have batteries and a monitor and all of that. But it's still a testament to God
No, for sure, for
I
sure.
am here because of God. And
Facts.
because of that, I've made it my mission. I promised God that I will make my mission to educate and prevent my community as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
So this is where the birth of Strong Heart to Soul came in.
Wow.
The name basically came from number one, the hospital that gave me the LVAD is Strong Memorial Hospital.
Yeah. Yeah.
So honoring them, I added Strong.
Mm.
Heart to Soul is basically because everything was about the heart,
Yeah.
and to soul because we, our community, us, we need to focus on us and our health
Yes.
and take care of ourselves.
For sure.
Especially, I don't want to say anything about the men, but especially the woman. We are the provider. We take care of a lot of things, a lot of people, things of that nature. And we put ourselves last.
Mhm.
We need to put ourselves first. And I always say you cannot pour from an empty glass.
Right.
So we need to work on that as women and make sure you're good so you can bless everyone else around
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely.
So that's how this passion began.
Yes. And what are some of the things that you've been doing since we had the class, but you've been a part of some things, you've been doing some stuff. Give us talk about yourself a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, no, valid.
So yes, I have been busy because number one, February is Heart Month.
Yes.
So because of that, everyone wants to hear your story. Not a problem. That's what I'm here for, to give my story, to
Yeah.
educate as much as I possibly can. And with it being Black History Month,
Right.
I am all about my peoples. So I wanted to bring that together.
Mhm.
So the first thing that happened was American Heart Association reached out to me and wanted me to be the keynote speaker for their luncheon.
Come on, Keaton.
And I agreed, and it was a
Mhm.
wonderful, wonderful.
Let me
experience.
pause real quick for those who may not understand the keynote. Okay, this is not a low note. This means that in this presentation of who we are, and sometimes we hear a story and we don't understand the depth of that story, and you don't realize that to be a keynote speaker, to be considered to be one of the persons, to be a representative of a thing, is just so major. And not only that, but for the people that are in the room. This is not a small, did that little speech over there, did a good job. No. This is something that's very mainstream, very major, and to be considered for that, I don't want to just make it light, because it's a major factor. It's like, to be a keynote. I recall, you had to be there to know it. The guy in the room who said, for me to speak is this amount, period. The value. And I think that when you realize that when you understand that you have the value of your vocabulary words and what I say, my story matters, and that it changed lives. And that's it. We don't do it for the money, but money is required to make things move and function. But I just wanted to really, I wish I had some hotkeys over here, because I really wanted to celebrate you, because to be a keynote is it's major to me, and I don't take it lightly, because I know what it means to be passed over. I know what it means to be the person, and for you to be able to be that representative at this time. God is just so on point with His timing. So I just want to use that's major. Now proceed, because you got some more stuff going on. Go ahead.
Okay, so that happened. It was a beautiful thing. It was amazing. There were students in the room.
Wow.
There were people, and everyone, applauded, of course, but they came up to me afterwards and was like, wow, this is an amazing story.
Mhm.
You really touched me. I didn't know this. I did. And that's why you do it.
Mhm.
It's not about money.
Right.
I have a story that is different and interesting, but number one, God was always there. And I definitely make that known in my speech.
Mhm.
But I try to put as many facts and things of that nature in my speech,
Yeah.
so that they can understand I am just like you. And if this could happen to me, it could happen to you,
Valid.
or your spouse, or your sister. So we need to learn how to prevent things of this nature from happening.
No, for sure.
Right.
For sure.
So But now on February 18th,
Tell it.
I am having my first annual Strong Heart to Soul luncheon. It is going to be held at the Underground Railroad, the train station here in Niagara Falls, and we are going to have a great time. It's a lunch and learn.
Yeah.
So emphasis on learn. Our community needs to know this stuff. Unfortunately, here in Niagara Falls, although we're only 20 minutes away from Buffalo, we don't get the same privileges as Buffalo does.
For sure.
Not holding anything about Buffalo, but we need to learn us. We need to learn our community. So I am starting at home, and that's what I'm doing. And I just want to help. I just want to teach. I just want to show some prevention methods, so that again, it doesn't have to be us. It doesn't have to be
absolutely
my sister, my cousin. If I can prevent one person or save a life, one person, I've done what God expected for me.
No, for sure. And so make sure you guys get your tickets. You can go to eventbrite.com and look up Heart to Soul. Annual Heart to Soul, and get your tickets. They're $25. Support, even if you're out of town or you're watching from afar. Definitely support, buy a ticket, be a sponsor, those things, because it's required. And one thing that you brought out, and I think I'll get into it probably when we come back, is the fact that we've been neglected as a city on so many levels, and I have no problem. Feel free to tag them. The Buffalo Niagara Medical Corridor District in Buffalo. And Dante brought up, you have our name, but I don't see your presence. I'm not seeing your consistency. Where are you? I'm gonna say this too. Is BFM is some it's like Buffalo. I'm sorry how slow I am. It's the same thing. It's just abbreviated. But what happens is I happen to know the lady who's a part of that and a very key component to that. But I still have limited presence here in the city.
Right.
Buffalo has a lot of grassroots organizations. They have a lot of media and those things. But this is one conversations like this, engagement like this is the reason why the radio station is here. Yeah, I love to laugh. I love to do all these things, but I want to be able to provide the opportunity for somebody to learn and to learn from our experiences and what we got going on and go through. So listen, make sure you got to get your tickets for the event. That's going to be the February 18th at the Underground Railroad.
It starts at 11 a.m., 11 to 2.
Yes.
Like I said, you'll learn a lot, number one, and that's the most important thing. But it's also going to be a little fun. And we'll have some vendors. You'll be able to ask questions.
Yeah.
And nobody will know who the question comes from.
Well, sweet.
Because a lot of times in our place or our community, we have questions, but we don't want people to know we have questions.
Yes.
Right.
So you are able to ask these questions. No one will know where the question came from, and you will be able to get a direct answer from other cardiologists, physicians, well-known physicians in the Western New York area.
Yeah. When the keynote got keynotes. Okay, it's going down. It's going down. Fire 716. We'll be right back. Yeah. It's going down. Let's go. Let's get it.
African Americans are 30% more likely to die from heart disease than non-Hispanic whites, according to the U.S. Department of Health Services. My name is Fatima Matthews, and I am a congestive heart failure patient. I am taking my life-changing experience of having died on the table and being revived to help educate others on the topic of heart health. And I am inviting you to attend my luncheon on February 18th at 11 a.m. at the Underground Railroad Heritage Center right here in Niagara Falls, New York. I will be speaking, and I will be joined by Dr. Ephraim Chaudhry of Trinity Health Group, Dr. Jeffrey Alexis from the University of Rochester Strawn Memorial Hospital, and Dr. Mike, a diversity, equity, and inclusion specialist at Independent Health. I am looking forward to seeing you at the luncheon on February 18th at 11 a.m. at the Underground Railroad Museum located at 825 Depot Avenue in Niagara Falls, New York. Tickets can be purchased at Eventbrite. Search Annual Strong Heart to Soul Luncheon. I can't wait to see you there.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dante Miles, aka D Belly, aka your city councilman. I'm here at Fire 716 Radio, And I'm asking you to tune in on Thursdays at 11 on our show, The Vault. We're going to be having some conversations that's super relevant, but very important. And sometimes it may be a little uncomfortable, but we're going to make sure that we get our voices out. Come tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. and make sure you download the Fire 716 app. See you then.
Fire 716, your boy Big Frank, electing the Big Frank in the morning. And forgive us, because Fadil was about to say something and I was coming in. But good morning. It is 15 minutes past the top of the hour. And we just had a good conversation with my cousin, my friend, Fatima, just about her event that's coming up and those things. And then Pastor Diaja, D-Money Mac, started.
Bye.
I didn't hear her, but she started preaching. And she was like, and when God want to put together, it don't take them long. I said, go ahead, woman of God. No, valid. But you said something that's proper. And I had to be this so churchy, but just who I am. Y'all two are a testament, because we were just in the class with not knowing,
Man,
just trying to and here we are, like actively pursuing and doing what we just projected or just wrote down, just had to figure out not months ago. Now, just talking to Buffalo Ben. I don't know. Is Buffalo Ben or Ben Buffalo?
It's Buffalo Ben.
Buffalo Ben. Buffalo Ben. And just him as an entrepreneur and he's for those who don't know, he inspects houses. He's an inspector.
Oh.
So he does like housing and commercial events. So I told him I'll hit him up for our next location.
right.
But it's like to see things active is such a blessing, because you hear a story, oh, I heard that, oh, it sounds good, but to be able to touch a story, and you guys are currently touchable. One day you'll be untouchable. But right now you're touchable. And the reason why I say that is only because it's the process of your growth and your advancement. So I just want to encourage all those who are listening and watching via the Man of God, the Preacher, just who I am, that with an idea of a plan, it's not even that the plan is all the way put together. It's not even that it's detailed properly. The idea of a plan, and then watch this, forced to be put on paper, awakens the thing.
Yeah.
Because in our mind, we can change our ideas and our thoughts all the time. But when you put it on paper, okay. And that's it. You can revamp it, you can rechange it. But when it's on paper, like I thank God for the class is not advertising, and give me a call.
Yes.
But for sure. So
Number one, I thank God, because if it wasn't for that class, I would never.
no, for
we would
sure.
never come
No,
together,
for real.
number
Wow.
one. And we being together has helped each other.
No, for sure.
Yes.
In so many different ways.
Yeah.
Like you got credit on a photo in a magazine.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh wow, that's what's up.
I was on a magazine.
You know, valid,
Like,
valid.
what?
It's on my Alexa.
Frank has been some everywhere.
Valid, valid.
And he's given us these opportunities to be in front of the camera.
Yeah.
instead of
Yes.
behind it,
No, valid, valid.
and bringing what we do to the forefront. And I thank
That's a
you.
fact.
No, for sure. Because
I be telling Frank all the time. I'm like, can you believe me and my grandma? We was leaving. I say this all the time. We were
who these people who enjoy
leaving
my life? You
the
doing this?
we were leaving Nas studio, and we were in the car about to drive off, and Ann comes running out with the paper, and she's like, oh, I'm doing a class and stuff like that. And if she had not, we would not have gone.
Wow.
That small thing made such
You
a
make it happen.
huge difference, like literally changed the trajectory of my life. So
Gotcha.
Wow.
yeah. You got somebody on there live?
Yeah, somebody on here I go being an old person. But I accepted somebody's on my my TikTok, and she's on. You said you're on a podcast. You said you're on radio at your school. Really? What school? Where you calling? Where you from? No, valid. Makes sense. I got two. Westchester, I got you. Oh, good stuff. Yeah, no, good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Okay.
Well, do me a favor. This is what I'll say, because for your privacy purposes, I have an app called Fire 716 Radio. It's a free app in your Apple Store. Download that, and we can probably make something happen. Okay, download the app. My information is all inside the app, and we can possibly. Yes, we'll do. We'll do. I got you. Okay. Right now, we'll do. Absolutely. Like now. She's like now. Yes,
Nah.
we'll do. Yes, you too.
Look at God.
Okay. Yes, and it's Fire 716. And it's yeah, Fire space 7. No, it's all one word. Fire 716. Just Fire 716. Yep, it's one word, and download the app and all my information. All right, see, Bobby. Yeah. Okay, we just hit PA.
Air horns.
So I guess I can answer. I can answer these more often. I guess that's the fourth one. I was like, God, who's these people?
I never let them join.
I never
let them join
join.
because I'd be kind of scared, but I guess
I don't know. I was scared for the first three. You need a thousand
1,000 followers.
followers on
That's it.
TikTok.
Okay.
Meaning,
Yeah.
I'm
got
on
two.
my family's.
Yeah.
I'm on my family's. We got 15K for a video that we did.
I know, right?
Yeah. So
Yes.
that's called
Because they had a viral video.
viral videos. We got that was the perfect fit, but we need to get some more on Fire 716 radio.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, no valid.
Yes.
Say no,
Hey.
valid. Because I say this all the time. Like even though we talk and we laugh, and I may be the a lead here, it's not all about me. I say this all the time, and you guys should be hearing me. I want everybody to win. So
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the resources. I don't have all the resources, but what I do have, I will give. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Sometimes it takes a little bit of capital, okay, capital. But no, but I give it because I believe that. Listen, we can do a thing.
Right.
Right.
So definitely, I'm glad that we all had met and engaged. I'm glad that even though in the business, I was actually, for those who don't know, I did real estate for a little bit, and yeah.
Of course you did, Frank, because you did everything.
So that story goes with them with his wife being a major blessing and God sent. I was able to buy my wife her wedding ring because I assisted in 2 house sales. So I got a little bit of everything over here, okay? But I did. But that's how I met the Bennetts and talked to them and just started engaging with them more frequently. I knew them before, but more on a consistent basis. And they're just amazing as in their business.
That means a lot.
Lately, I'm not going to say that I grew up in the church,
Yeah.
New Hope Baptist Church, and then as an adult, I went to the Potter's House
Yes.
here in Niagara Falls on 7th Street. And I always say God has always been in my life.
Yeah.
But there was a time when I tried to leave God, and God was not going for it.
He don't play that.
He was not. So he always brings us back.
No, valid, 100%.
Right.
Always. And this heart situation definitely brought me back.
Oh, for sure.
So I talk about God a lot, but I am not a preacher, a teacher, a usher anymore. I'm not any of that. I'm just a person who loves the Lord.
Yes.
But he does things and he brings people in your life that you don't know that you need.
No, valid.
Right.
No, valid.
I needed Frank. Frank has helped me in situations where I had no money.
Wow.
When I had barely little time.
Come on.
When I didn't know how and I didn't see what I had.
Yeah.
He believed in me.
Valid.
He inspired me. Diaja made me look beautiful. I didn't even think I was beautiful anymore. And because I had been through some things.
Yeah. Valid.
And life beats you down sometimes.
Right.
And when she took pictures of me, at that moment I saw myself differently.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God. Like I'm putting on makeup every day.
Yes.
Ain't no more coming outside in
No,
sweats.
valid.
This is a gift.
Yeah, no, valid.
Absolutely.
The prices have went
Okay.
Prices went
God
up.
put people in your life for a reason.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
true.
And of course, we do always have those type of people but it's a lesson learned.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
It's never a dead situation.
Yeah.
You may not get along with this person anymore, but at that point in time, they serve the purpose.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And yes.
People are, you have to weed out the good and the bad sometimes.
Yeah.
But God is doing something. He's always
No, for sure.
doing
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aw.
Man.
Welcome to
That's
the Emotional Friday. Which is crazy is because it was one day. It's supposed to be Fatima Fridays anyway. So what a time.
Fatima
No, Fatima Friday.
That's what's up.
On the way.
Yeah.
And just to give credence, if I may, because she has done radio. She's done this.
Mm.
She's done this. And when we started talking, I was just like, God, you just God just confirming that God knows.
Oh yeah.
He just knows. And I just be like in awe. And I just be in awe. I'm not gonna cry today.
He has us in a position where we're like little puzzle pieces.
No valid.
And we fit literally so perfect.
No, for sure.
And you think like, okay, yeah, it can only be God.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no other way.
And I want to just
Right.
those who are listening, and I guess it's an encouragement in this segment. We are the hot topics, is because of the fact that there's somebody out there who's questioning if they can and trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna do it. The question is, just go for it.
Right.
And I say that you're like, friend, you already do a lot. I know, but there's still more to go after.
Yeah.
I might cry, but the reason why I'm crying because like Dad, God, and this is my honesty. God, you've already given me this, and I'm grateful for it. And we're trying to still figure out some details with it. But now you're telling me to go for something else that is far bigger. I said, okay. But it's okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
And you got to do
Right.
it. And I think, and that's important too. Timing.
Mm.
Because I said this to Diaja, and they have gotten away. Okay, they got away. And you know what I'm talking about? Because I tell my team that the instructions that I feel inspired to give, I believe are God given for a set time.
Mhm.
That if you obey those instructions at that time, you'll be prepared for when the opportunity comes in the future. It could be the
Right.
near future. It could be tomorrow. But if I tell you, and I'll say this online, get a business canvas, write it down, figure it out, and get a bank account.
Yep.
Business bank account. Get an EIN. It's free. These are just things you can have just off grip at no cost. This don't cost you nothing. Because there's an opportunity that comes when the investor comes or when the person comes. You're not always scrambling. You will scramble at some things. Because I get it. Get a contract. What? For who?
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
okay. Where? Google. Do
Yeah.
do I need a lawyer? Do I need no valid? And it's like, okay, granted, I didn't know, but then I figured it out. Now I'm prepared. So now I got folders full of contracts.
Right.
Right.
Where we going? I don't want on the website and I need that one, Oh, just in case of that one. But it's like I put in the work. So now when the next conversation comes or the next engagement comes, I'm ready. And it's really about fighting to be ready for the opportunity. This says where preparation meets opportunity, there go I. In other words, like I'm prepared for this.
Right.
The lady I wanted to talk to about getting a grant. We were supposed to talk about it. Like,
Right.
child, before we know it, she was doing it. Do you have all? Oh yeah, let me get you. Get that for you.
Say less.
It's no valid. Exactly. So set
Right.
that off, and then to realize, oh, your application was successfully submitted. Okay, you got everything. Y'all got all y'all need. So now it's just about waiting. I can shout right now.
Yeah.
Waiting for a payout, waiting for the day. Oh, this is how much we're going to give you, or whatever they may need. But it's like, hey, because I did the due diligence
Right.
when the instructions was given. And with that being said, I'm in trouble, so I'm gonna make a phone call today because there's an application I got to fill out.
I was sitting here thinking the
Yeah.
same thing. I'm like, this is good talk.
Good
Yeah,
talk.
Because I need to do X, Y, and Z
Listen.
today.
And
Get
I
that
just-
EIN number.
No,
Man.
valid, no.
Get that EIN number. There's
sure.
plenty of business funding out there.
Yeah, no, father. And like
Real.
just for those who are on for Niagara Falls, there's a grant available.
Ooh,
And
get them
if you-
grants, the free money.
No, watch this. If you download the app, the link is there that goes directly to the application because they have fun. I should have got two, but I didn't do Buffalo because sometimes y'all grown. But no. Buffalo has a grant right now that if you have a storefront business and or a at-home business that in a certain area codes of only Buffalo that you can apply for a grant. If you need some help with that, I can give you a referral who you can go talk to make that happen. All right, that's one thing. Niagara Falls just released they call it EFC some kind of grant. But if the job can offer a development in the city, or it offers jobs in the city. It can be profit or for nonprofit. They have funds available, but you have to apply by the end of April, I believe. So the timing is important. But now, for the project that you guys don't know about all the way, that I've been discussing with the 501c3 that I want to do,
Right.
this is a great time to go ahead and to apply. But before I apply, I got to get the
Yeah.
So,
Right.
but even with the station, I'll apply again because these are available, and sometimes we miss out because we don't know that they're available. Kiera AG, if you're still on, you need to go apply. Download the app. The link is there because I can't.
Yeah, right.
Pigjesus.com / I really don't know it, but the link is there. Download that and apply as well. If you have a business in house or in your home or storefront, you want to apply because you don't know what you have access to until you apply. So I encourage everybody to do that.
Right.
So, but that requires that is a time sensitive matter, and that's available now.
Right.
There's also some workshops and some things happening to help you better your business, your idea, and your thoughts. I believe in faith in it. I believe in faith. And sometimes faith will have you step not knowing. And have you step into stuff like, oh, I didn't know that needed. Oh, I didn't know that happened. Oh, I'm all, help me God. But he brings the pieces together. But then there's a point in time where faith becomes official. Meaning that your step of you just trying to figure out on God, I don't know what I'm doing. He then turns the page. All right, now let me show you how to make this into the proper alignment, that it can be efficient and effective and a moving force. And that's where I'm at right now, even with the radio station, making certain things more official. So that's just where we at.
Facts.
Facts.
That's it.
You know,
It's that EIN, man.
No, valid.
Yes.
So I encourage all that. So listen, when we get back, we're gonna talk about the Grammys. I don't know if you guys know about the Grammys, but there's some conversation about the Grammys, and I just want to get into it. Some church folks, non-church folks, how you feel? It's going down. Fire 716, Big Frank in the morning. We'll be right back on Fire 716.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dante Miles, aka D Belly, aka your city councilman. I'm here at Fire 716 Radio, and I'm asking you to tune in on Thursdays at 11 on our show, The Vault. We're going to be having some conversations that's super relevant, but very important. And sometimes it may be a little uncomfortable, but we're going to make sure that we get our voices out. Come tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. and make sure you download the Fire 716 app. See you then.
Unfortunately, African Americans are 30% more likely to die from heart disease than non-Hispanic whites, according to the U.S. Department of Health Services. My name is Fatima Matthews, and I am a congestive heart failure patient. I am taking my life-changing experience of having died on the table and being revived to help educate others on the topic of heart health. And I am inviting you to attend my luncheon on February 18th at 11 a.m. at the Underground Railroad Heritage Center right here in Niagara Falls, New York. I will be speaking, and I will be joined by Dr. Ephraim Chaudhry of Trinity Health Group, Dr. Jeffrey Alexis from the University of Rochester Strawn Memorial Hospital, and Dr. Mike, a diversity, equity, and inclusion specialist at Independent Health. I am looking forward to seeing you at the luncheon on February 18th at 11 a.m. at the Underground Railroad Museum located at 825 Depot Avenue in Niagara Falls, New York. Tickets can be purchased at Eventbrite. Search Annual Strong Heart to Soul Luncheon. I can't wait to see you there.
Fire 716, your boy Big Frank, locked into Big Frank in the morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is 34 minutes past the top of the hour. Wake up and take a shower. So, because she said so, we're going to talk about the Grammys, but my homegirl, D Money Mac, believes that the earth is flat.
Yes, it is.
And, she said, what does it matter? What does it matter, her conspiracy, if it is flat or if it was round?
It matters. Okay.
Yes.
Hold up, real quick.
Let's take a break.
Just a quick second, all right? I just feel that when you start going into conspiracies, right? I started out, the very first thing that started me out truly with conspiracies was the moon landing.
Mm-hmm.
If you really break it down and you go watch the footage, and not just that, him calling on a landline phone to the moon, Come on now. That's questionable. But there's a lot of things that happen even besides that make you go like, huh? That don't make sense. Like when they landed and then they left the moon, somebody was filming. So that poor man is up there.
He's still up there.
It just doesn't add, like when you start to break down the details, it doesn't add up. I also think like everything is connected. Let me just say that everything is connected. I know I sound so crazy.
It's okay.
It's all connected. Like when you start doing more research into the moon landing, then NASA, then you get to the flat Earth part, then you go, okay, why would they change what the world looks like? Why would they cover it up? Like it doesn't make sense. But when you realize okay, that there is a real war between God and the devil, and that every conspiracy, everything like that, things that are covered up or told in a separate lie is all it is connected, and it goes back to the Lord, and it goes back to the battle between God and the devil. I'm not even joking.
Good.
How could the flat Earth go to God or the devil? But if you take away where you live, right? If I tell you live on a ball spinning in space that happened through a Big Bang, God has nothing to do with it. You are just a micro whatever in the essence of time. Your life doesn't matter. Or if I tell you the earth is flat because God created it and set the earth on the pillars of foundation with the firmament to separate, and that we are the center of the universe and we are created for a purpose, there's a difference.
You know, we're gonna have a conspiracy conversation because for me, this is just my illusion. When he spoke was the bang. Is my concept. I believe that where science has no definitive answer, there goes God. That's just my concept. Whether it is flat or round, I'm not gonna hold you. I ain't been out there. You ain't been out there.
Right.
We got pictures and images, and I ideally, and then I have to, these roads, hills, mountains, valleys, and things, the rotation of it. Where's and those? So you know, I'm just saying.
Real quick.
Go ahead. Welcome.
That just came out on CNN, came out official news. It's actual backed by science.
Valid.
That the core of the Earth stopped rotating and then just started rotating in a different direction. Now, I understand exactly. It sounds silly. It really, when you start to really break it down, if I sat here and asked you, how exactly did the Big Bang come about that created everybody? When you go and you read it, we don't think about it now because we're older and we're not researching it. It's not something that we say, oh, let me go and look this up. You just learned it in school. You had to learn it in school. And now you graduated and you moved on. You don't think twice about it, but research it. Research the Big Bang. Research how we got here. The evolution. It makes literally no sense. None. Yeah. It makes no sense. And not only that, but just certain things that they say you can't do on that's not possible. For example, you can't physically see a certain distance, right? Because of the curvature. There's a certain curvature because we're on a ball. This is what they say. There's a certain curvature, so at a certain point, and this is why ships disappear when they go past that curvature. But that's not true. And when you get a camera with a longer lens, like a telephoto lens, you can see it. And not just that, but there are places where you literally can see for thousands of miles. You can see a city. I'm not joking, completely where you shouldn't be able to see because they're supposed to be curved. They're so
and once
for me.
No, we might get to these graphics in a minute, but I still got questions because I'm because you have to, for me, you have to find the bend because I can see here whatever down the
Right.
way.
Right.
Granted, with a good lens down the way. But if there's a bend, there has to be a turn. There has to be a change.
So, and this is the thing. On Google,
Mhm.
there's an actual calculator. There's a curvature calculator
Mm-hmm.
that tells you if you are this distance and you're looking this far, this is where the curve should be,
Mhm.
right? Meaning, so buildings should be shorter, look a certain kind
Mhm.
of way. It's
Good morning,
not
y'all.
real. If you do, like, if you put in your own, like, because people do these experiments on
Mhm.
YouTube and different things,
Mm-hmm.
it's just not, it's not real. And then that's just like,
Yeah.
I know, like I
Yeah,
said,
y'all can go ahead and you feel free to fall off the edge.
I'm telling you.
So when you get to the edge, what happens?
So okay, so there, so
Forgive me, but my mind is just, it's
So
just.
that's why everybody's like, oh yeah, okay, well there's flat, there's an edge then, right? Okay, so number one, another thing that's gonna sound crazy. This is
We
why
go
I
underneath?
said it
Another?
all connects.
We go.
So, according to the cosmology that I subscribe to,
Yeah.
Flat Earth, there is an ice wall. I know it sounds crazy, but there's an ice wall around the hole that keeps us. I know y'all looking at me like I'm
Yeah.
but if
An
you
ice
know
wall.
why, like if you do research, right?
Mhm.
Okay, there.
North South Pole.
You got North Pole, South Pole. That's
Yes.
what we're told. Okay, North Pole is cold, South
Mhm.
Pole is cold. If you lay it out like if you stretch a ball
Mhm.
out, right?
I see what you're saying.
It's Antarctica would would be the whole of the outside. Then you have the North Pole still. You have all the continents and everything, but instead of it being like this, it's like this.
So we're in the ice.
So
wall.
we're in. No, we wouldn't be in an ice ball. It's like
Ice
there's
pan.
ice, like there's a wall of ice around, and it sounds crazy, but when you go to Antarctica, even though Antarctica is the only continent in the whole of our world that has an agreement with every country as a neutral territory that regular folks cannot go to and explore, they will kill you or they will lock you up. Seriously. There's these giant ice walls, and it's like there's huge. I'm telling you, they're just
Yeah, I'm
ice
yeah.
walls, and
Because if I drive, look me drive. Number one, I've already failed. Okay,
Right.
if I'm on this ship and I drive, I'm still driving apparently the boat, and I get to this location, it's gonna be dag, I hit the ice. I got to turn back around and go to the other side.
No, you can't. Literally, the ice walls are not like
Think imprisonment.
think like Empire State Building ice size walls, like
Okay.
huge. And this is like they're
Gotcha. So when I
go and Google Antarctica.
so when I'm on the boat,
You'll see them. You run.
I'm on the boat.
You
Dang.
even
I
make
don't
it
wanna
out
be
there
on that
'cause
boat.
they-
I'm good.
Antarctica, it is banned from
Yeah.
anybody, from
Yeah.
any country.
Yeah. So Saturn's flat.
Well, okay, so now we get
Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. 5716. Good morning. Conspiracy.
Talk about the Grammys.
No,
I'm going.
no. So
I'm trying to figure out why. Why would they tell you it's round? Like, what's the purpose of them lying to you?
There's a couple of
we just not gonna get to
I'm
these.
sorry.
I was just
Like,
confused.
I'm over
Yeah,
it.
shit.
I'm so lost.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we gonna have a conspiracy show.
Right,
We're gonna
right.
have a show called Conspiracy. No, no,
I don't
no.
like new stuff.
No,
I don't like different.
no.
I don't like
So,
people to tell me something new
The
that
group.
requires me to do research.
Right,
Oh,
valid,
And I don't want
valid.
to do the research.
Right.
I don't want to know what it was really out there.
Yeah, we're gonna have a show one day called
Not on Fatima.
not Fatima Fridays. No, we're like that conspiracy show, the fire conspiracies. But no, the Grammys. The thing about the Grammys is just that the presentation for the Grammys was very satanic and very like just satanistic. Satan, Leviathan, and I have two different thoughts happening in the Christian church. One thought is like, oh my God, y'all serve Satan, can't stand it, yada yada yada, boom boom. And other people are saying, you know what? It's the world. It's whatever.
Right,
What does it matter? That's what they do. They're not us. They're like it's like
Kinda where I stand.
and and it's just like, how do you process, that? Yeah, I think one of the biggest conference was Sam Smith. where he dressed as a sensitive Satan. no shots fired to nobody. Say 10, no, and it's just like the world does what it does. Like I just, yeah. A lot of their performance was very dark presentation, and what's your thoughts about that?
Here's the thing, right? So award shows, if you think about it this way, and you go back all the way, we'll just go to Egypt, and in Egypt, how they always find these little golden statues, that's their idols.
Mm-hmm.
So remove their religious aspect to a certain degree, merge it with all the other religious stuff, and then put it in today's stance. You're still doing the same thing, but now if you accept this award, which is your idol, okay, you're working for this idol, and you're a celebrity, you're a star. Listen, there's so big. Y'all got me. But I mean, and it's a lot of ritual. Like they're doing it right there in front of your face. There's a reason why certain sets look the way that they do, and you have to think that all these television programs, every second is accounted for because every second is so much in money. So nothing that's put in front of you is for free. There's a purpose behind it. So them doing their satanic,
But could it not just be that we are giving them accolades for the hard work that they put in?
I'm sure there are some. I'm sure there are people that are receiving accolades for just the hard work and doing different things like that. However, where does this stem from? Like when it breaks down, where does it actually come from? Why is it that, with these certain awards, why does it look like this? Why is it like when you break it down further? I'm sure there's some people that's just, I'm just getting a reward. That's just that. Or I'm just performing. But you have to ask yourself, right? You don't go outside just like, if you go outside just any kind of way, it's like, okay, yeah, you just going outside. Like, I'm just chilling today. But when you put effort into how you look, you have a purpose behind it.
Yeah, Kiara Agee said that. Number one, she says that it was called unholy. She also says that it's people who are dressed as demons, and that's different. And
very different.
Yeah, and I think what's happening now is that yes, it's the world. That's what they do. There is a blatant, and this is what somebody said. They said that it's strategic. Not only as we're trying to just serve Satan, we know what's going to cause you to engage. Yeah, one guy said that as Christians, they didn't come for the Muslim, they didn't come for anybody else's religion or whatever, but they came strictly almost for as Christians, because they know that Christians are going to engage and bring up, and like you said, every second count. Your engagement, and it may be business strategy. I get it. Yeah, like, hey, let's go ahead and stir up the pot because it's gonna bring in money. It's gonna bring in attention. It's gonna bring those elements. So that, and then whoever's in charge is that they themed this like this. They built this like this. These presentations. This is so. I'm not famous yet, but I believe that when they go to do these awards shows, there's a theme. There's always a theme, and there's a sign. And those artists are designed. Listen, this is what we're doing. This is the theme. Come with some creative juice like that, and here go these presentations. Now, I don't understand Satan's in the strategy of the foolishness, that occurred, but absolutely. And for what Diageo was saying, far as the origin of things, I do believe also it all depends on the heart of the person. I'm going to do what I do. I'm not fighting for the award. I'm not fighting for the accolades, but if you give it, I'll take it. But there are some people who are legit driven by, I'm trying to get a Grammy, or I'm trying to get an Oscar, or I'm trying to.
So, I think that a lot of times we give people too much credit sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just about money.
I
feel like they do what they do because it's some people out there who like unholy.
Yeah.
So we don't want to outcast them.
Right.
So we're going to bring them in. We're going to show this side of things, and we're also going to show that side of things. And those people that like that are going to watch that and adhere to that, and they're going to, but those people who don't are going to turn at that point in time
Mhm.
or not pay attention to it or whatever the case. I think it's more maybe inclusion,
Mhm.
maybe a little bit, because we all some way somehow not maybe watched it, but I just Googled it.
Mhm.
Somebody got paid for that.
Absolutely.
Right.
We're talking about it.
Yeah.
Somebody getting paid for that. So I think it's not more about conspiracy. I don't think it's about the conspiracy.
Mhm.
I just think it's about the money. And we all know that money is the root of all evil, but also money provides.
Yeah.
things.
So that scripture
So-
says that the love of money,
The love
Yeah.
of
money
absolutely.
is the root of evil.
Yeah.
So money,
Absolutely.
but then the Bible also says money answereth all.
All,
Right.
So
absolutely.
money-
you have to be.
Yeah.
It provides. It
Yeah.
provides for
Yeah.
me and it provides for my family. So of course I'm going to try to get that back.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
we want to have. So I think that that's what.
Mhm.
And now a lot of people, like for Beyonce and Jay-Z and stuff
Mhm.
like that, now that they are attached to this,
Mhm.
they're like, oh, well, this is what they talk about. This is what they think. So this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's going to bring us more notoriety, more money, more this, more that.
Yeah.
I just don't go into, I just don't see the,
Yeah.
It's just
We
music to
kind
me.
of on the same.
it's just music.
We kind of on the same page. I kind of feel like they just like the Bible's still the number one book bought
Mhm.
in America.
Mhm.
Most people identify as Christian in America.
Mhm.
So if you put something that's anti-Christian, the people that don't care are going to watch it. The people that care about Christianity are going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like
So
they've been
it's a
doing that
win-win
for
situation for them.
That's why
But
people
that-
like The Exorcist. That's why
That's what I'm
people
saying.
like scary movies with demons in them
Mhm.
because we can relate to them because most of the people in here believe in demons.
Yeah.
This doesn't
And
Yeah.
and for me, I'm just great marketing.
right.
Absolutely.
Right.
And that's something that you got to consider too, because if we're about marketing. We know what's and right now there is I'm just saying what it is. There's the feminist movement we're fighting.
Mhm.
There's a Christian that we're fighting, but we've been fighting this all the time.
Mhm.
But we engage in it.
Absolutely.
We engage in that. You don't see, and I'm just being very honest. Maybe because I'm not in that religion, I don't see a whole lot of Islamic debates and aggressiveness as much as I see the Christians cutting up and being crazy in the
Mhm.
exchange. But either way, though, as a marketing strategy for this satanic Leviathan
It's
tomfoolery is going to work. I'm going to pull those, like you said, who love it, who like it. This is
Right.
what I do. Him, you know,
Yeah.
just
Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna ask y'all a real question.
Yeah.
If a person continues, even if it's just marketing, right?
Mhm.
If you continue, let's do it this way. How you're out now and not now, but you're out and you're talking to different people. You're on TV because she's famous,
Mhm.
and you're doing these different things, right?
Mhm.
So what if your marketing strategy, instead of how you say God did this for me, what if you said the devil did every time?
Mhm.
Every time you did that, at some point, it could be, oh well, it's just marketing and she's just trying to make money, she's just trying to get out there. But at some point, somebody's gonna be like, no, that's what she believes because that's all she says. That's all she keeps doing.
Absolutely.
So it's like, for me, it's like a lot of these artists, even the lyrics, like Jay-Z and Beyonce, there are things that they've actually said
Mhm.
in their lyrics multiple times. It's like, okay, besides the imagery, besides what other people are saying, your words
Mhm.
and your words make up who you are. Your words are against the Lord. Like the
Yeah.
very things that you're saying
I
are,
think-
Right.
Again, I'm not a scholar. I'm just me. I don't know why I think so much or talk so much.
Yeah.
But I think that eventually you give into stuff,
Mhm.
So I don't think she started out or he started out in this realm of things, and eventually you give into things.
Right.
Like I didn't start out wanting to have like Bad Boys, but eventually
Right.
I gave into that.
Right.
So now when people see me, they're like, "Oh yeah, she like them Bad Boys,"
Mhm.
Right.
so
right.
so eventually you give into things,
Yeah.
and you may say things to get a rise out of people,
Mhm.
and say things because a lot of times they do give some words that are not, but that's all music,
Yeah.
we don't like for instance, I think Future said something about something about the way I love you is because of my grandmother, something like that.
Yeah.
But but you dog woman out
Every
every
day,
day, all
yeah.
night,
Yeah.
So you can be two things at once.
Yeah. The thing
It's a business thing. Like you got to
Absolutely.
think of it like as a business. If I own a record label, I front you out $100,000.
Mhm.
Then you go, you sell your album. Your album only make 50. I want my other 50.
Yeah.
So you might have to do.
You might have to do something that you don't want to
You know what I
do.
mean? You might have to strip. You might have to say some stuff to get. You gotta get my return back. That's
Yeah.
what business is. Like I will give you the money I want to return. Matter of fact, I don't want just $100,000. I want $150,000 back.
Yeah, and I think also
I'm gonna start talking crazy. We're gonna start doing some stuff
Two things at
like
once.
Little
Yeah.
Nas X. Just saying.
Yeah.
You can
That's-
ask people today. Fatima's a solid person. Fatima's a good person. Fatima's this. But if you ask one person that I done cussed out maybe 25 minutes ago,
Yeah.
I can be two things at once.
Yeah, and I think too that when you are, and it depends on your heart posture where you at. That when you're exposed to how to get a bag, and I tell you that to get a bag, you can do this, this, and this.
Right.
You might engage in these activities. And two, but as an artist, just as an artist, I write my heart. I write what it is. I write how I feel. And also too, I can sing what somebody else wrote. There's just options. Like these, who wrote this song is the question.
Are you going to sing, man of God? Are you going to sing some of those? But this is
Go
why
ahead.
I like saying it because I understand the money part.
Mm.
I understand the marketing part. But I promise you, if you owe money to so and so, you owe them $100,000, and they tell you you need to pay this up. We want you to sing that you gay and that you don't love the Lord and that you with the devil. That's what we want you to do. It's gonna make the money back. It's like okay, and it's like, well, it's just a choice for money. Is it actually a choice for money?
It's an
If you do that,
actor
that's
right
the part
now.
of actually selling your soul.
So it's an
Right.
actor right now.
It's like-
I don't know the
That's
name
what
of the
that is.
actor. I've never even seen what he's in. But this conversation has happened on Facebook and I've read into it. So it's an actor. He plays in a show, and in the show he's a gay male.
Mhm.
But outside life, away from the show,
Mm.
he has a wife and kids.
Mhm.
So you can be. That's his job. That's what he is getting paid to do. But then when he comes out of that job, he is somebody completely different.
Mhm.
Oh, go ahead.
That's a big gray area.
I'll say this.
That bag.
Yeah, but I'll
Yeah.
say this for Hollywood. It's already crazy already.
Yeah.
But who you see on screen is not always who they are.
Right.
And that's why Hollywood can be very dangerous, especially to a believer. Because I can be saved, sanctified, holy ghost, fire, baptized, but this role I'm playing is a violent abuser, aggressive. And because that's what the people see on a consistent basis, when they see me, that's what they see because they don't know me for who I am. But then also in acting, we're designed and we're taught to embody what this is.
Right.
And then some people lose their mind.
Like even with the show, How to Get Away with Marriage or something.
Murder.
How to Get Away with Murder?
No, not that show.
Oh.
The Tyler Perry show where the guy was in the wheelchair,
Yeah.
cheated on his
Oh,
wife.
yeah.
But now when you see that man,
You
for
always
women,
valid.
Yeah.
when we see that man, we're automatically triggered.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a show.
Yeah.
That was a movie.
Well-
He got paid for that. He is not that person.
Well, that.
So
But-
there's a there is actual data that says that your eyes and what you see or hear on TV or anywhere, like they can't tell the difference
Right.
between reality and a movie or a video game.
But
or
then it's your
whatever.
responsibility.
It is your responsibility, but you also have your subconscious. They're things that get
But-
planted in you, like
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
That's why now the preacher that came
Yeah.
out, you got to give me inspired. That's why the Bible talks about renewing your mind on a regular basis and a daily basis. There's a responsibility that you have to study the show that's of approval workmen that need not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. There's a reason. I'm gonna say this and say this well, okay? My God in his infinite wisdom gives instructions about these things. These things are not abnormal. My God does not dismiss the culture, the rituals, or the habits of people. He doesn't dismiss the fact that Egypt has done what it's done. He's just saying I'm priority. I'm
Right,
top 10.
right.
I tell people all the time, like, what? My God doesn't tell me that Kemet doesn't exist, but he doesn't say that. He said, I'm King of Kings. I'm the head honcho around here. That's me.
Right.
So I'm not knocking what you're saying. I'm not knocking where you're pulling from. Yeah, we come from Africa. There's Egypt. I'm not telling you, but there's a space of Christians before we were called Christians. There's just so much more and more depth. But this is why we have what we have, and there's more out there to get in game. But I would encourage you. You don't take everything at face value. You don't take everything for what it is. And let me help you. You can take this Bible and flip it to say whatever you wanted to say.
Yeah,
And if like you said, but we don't know the difference. That's why the God says, protect your eye gates and your ear gates, because I know I can persuade you to believe whatever if I got your attention long enough. And also, and with that same being said, what's been planted was you got to unlearn some stuff and relearn some other stuff and be like, dang, do I think Illuminati is real? Oh, absolutely. Okay. Whoa, my God. I believe in this whole third eye situation. You can call your third eye. I'm gonna call the faith a little bit different. Okay. My source is different. Yeah. My consciousness, and I get it, and subconscious. I got you the dimensions and levels, but guess what? Listen. My nose might be drilled. Oh my God! My God, he just but I just believe that my God is just superior, and I serve him and I love him, and he's been working for me, and I've been doing well with him. I know. I knew I was about to have it because it's like, oh, they come to get him now. But right. So watch it. So right now, conspiracy is he was talking about God, his nose started bleeding. And then he said he knew it was coming. Yeah. Third eye. That's a little bit. You can create the scenario,
right?
Not the fact that my nose bleeds on a regular basis, and this season is changing for me. In this,
how far does it go? Like, that's the thing. We talk about Hollywood, but then we not talking about the education system. Like, if I'm a multi-billionaire, or whatever, and I control everything.
Woo,
like,
this is a different kind of Friday.
Right. Even the way, like, so I tell people this all the time. Like, if I'm a multi-billionaire, what am I trying to? I'm not trying to make more multi-billionaires. I'm trying to make more workers. Yeah. So when you go to school, I train you to be a worker, not think for yourself, not start your own business. You should be scared to start anything on your own. You know what I mean? So I'm training you by the school system. Like, even like the simple fact that, like, when you in school, if you get something wrong, you get punished. But as an entrepreneur, if you get something wrong, you learn. You're like, I don't do that anymore. I'm gonna do this. Yeah. You gotta actually try so you could grow. But in school, you punished. You know what I mean?
It comes down to responsibility. You have the responsibility to learn or not to learn.
Right.
You have that responsibility to teach or not to teach. Like, the way I teach my child is, if you see this and see that, we're not God, your mother, your father, your family, whatever. We're not going to be pleased with this type of activities. So be careful. I'm not going to tell you don't do that, because you may learn from that decision.
Right.
But you know where we come from. You know where it starts. It starts at home. So there are certain things that I don't want my child seeing or doing. But when she get out in that world, she's going to do what she wants to do. Yeah. And then I have to be the one to hold her, to my breast and say, it's okay, but did you learn something?
Yeah.
Right.
So we can listen to all these Futures or Beyonce's, or did we learn anything? Or are we now looking to them as our gods?
If you train your kid to know that this is entertainment, then
it's just entertainment.
But if you train to be like, this is how we live life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just it's almost like I used to give this debate about rap music. Like, we're not about to listen to a lot of rap music, such parental advisory. So I couldn't, my parents wouldn't buy it for me, but I could figure out the way to get it. But there's other kids that, like, they will listen to it and they think this is real life. Right. Like, the Lox is not killing people right now because they're making albums. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got that, but other people didn't get that. They were like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, they're really out there on the block. I don't know if y'all remember this, but like Kobe Bryant had an album out, and Allen Iverson. They had a rap album out. If you ever hear it, I mean, they're like, yeah, I'm on the block slinging crack. No, you're not. You're not. Yeah, you are. I saw you on TV last night. Like, that's why would you do that? You make millions, but that's
because they wanted
Right, because they just wanted to they like the culture
Yeah,
of that, so they wanted to talk about it. But if you understand that, that's the thing.
Yeah, no, good. We were 5 minutes over, and we gotta go to work and things like that nature.
All right.
But yeah, something you want to say, Deaja?
I was just gonna say, as far as the education system, this is what I
Uh-oh.
challenge everybody to do on here, on there, here at the table. When you have time, do some research on who started the education system in the first place and when it was implemented in the United States.
Yes.
It's not been that long,
Mm-mm.
and the person that did that, you know, what they're involved in and all of that, you do some research.
Right.
I promise you that you go say, how in the heck that's connected to flat earth? I promise you do research on that. That's connected. And it's also like there's so many things that's connected. And I must say this a little controversial thing too before we go, just to
All
get
the way
people.
back to the flat earth. She
Yeah,
got it too.
yeah. I'm telling you, do the research. And even I know it's Black History Month, so actually take this month to search up about slavery, search up about the orphan trains that was happening during the same time that slavery was going on. Search up the orphan trains, and yeah, I'm gonna just put that on. I'm gonna just
Fire 716 Radio. It's Fatima Fridays. It was conspiracy. We'll find a show for it. That's a good dialogue to have too. Y'all can argue and fight, and it can go down. Listen, it's been good. We'll be back on Monday. It's going down. Fire 716. Your boy Big Frank. Big Frank in the morning. Peace.
It's Fire 716. Let's go. It's Big Frank in the morning. Jay Cherie keeping it going. We got them hot